Hey Skong Gang, my name is Primacon and welcome to a Silksong Cope/discussion video. Oh my god, it feels like it's been ages since we have actually had something of substance to discuss about Silksong. But this is not a drill, your eyes are not deceiving you, you are indeed awake. We did indeed have a Team Cherry sighting by a very unlikely source. And another interesting thing regarding Silksong Trademark in Australia brought to my attention by Daily Silksong News. So grab your juice box, grab your cat, or your cup of coffee if you're me, and let's talk some Skong. Today's Cope is brought to you by channel sponsor Instant Gaming. If you play a lot of video games like me but ended up missing out on some big Steam sales, Instant Gaming got you covered. Why waste money when for the price of one video game you can get yourself multiple? For any platform under the sun, Instant Gaming provides you authentic video game keys from authorized resellers, which is why these guys are so trusted and 4.7 star rated. I've been playing Souls games on my channel a lot lately, and you can get yourself up to 52% off on video games like Lies of P, Elden Ring, or Dark Souls. But if indie gaming is more your style, then you can get games like Rain World for 88% off. That's right, the entirety of this banger video game for about $3. Check out Instant Gaming by clicking the link down below and save yourself some moolah doubloons when purchasing video games. Thank you Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. Our story begins with a very unlikely source, the developer of the video game Deviator. If you guys don't know, Deviator is a video game that has been shrouded in controversy, especially in the Hollow Knight community. I have talked about it, big YouTubers like Relia and Fireborn have talked about Deviator in multiple videos. And if somehow you missed that whole saga, to give you the brass tacks and the highlight reels of that cricket match, Deviator is another indie Metroidvania games because they have been popping off lately, but this game borrows heavily from Hollow Knight, so much so that it is using spliced art assets from Hollow Knight into its own game, and a lot of people, like the big names I mentioned, have called Deviator a straight up ripoff. I'll link some good sources in the description of trusted YouTubers like Fireborn, so you can familiarize yourself more in detail of who this person is. But cutting to the point, this guy actually ran into Team Cherry at Bit Summit 2024. Here's the photo. Let's read the tweet first. Starstruck success, ran into the legendary Team Cherry. The two amazing devs were super nice, got to introduce Deviator to them. It's cute, said Ari, definitely framing this photo when we get back. Also, totally nudge them about Silksong. Hashtag Bit Summit. Look at my boys, they look so good. Man, William's smile can make me forget all about the Silksong pain. Is that just me? But this confirms two things. Things number one, the developers of Deviator did in fact not reach out to Team Cherry to ask permission if they could even temporarily, as they claim, use their art assets in their video game, as they're claiming to just introduce them to Deviator. So if someone for some reason was defending that, then there you go. But this video is not about that. The second and more important thing is that Team Cherry is alive and well. And apparently this happened at Bit Summit, and I didn't know what it was, so I looked it up, and apparently it's a Japan's indie game festival. This festival takes place in Kyoto, and it's all about indie games. And this is taking place from July 19th to July 21st. This photo is fresh. This is from today. Primacon bringing you latest news as fast as possible. So yeah, Team Cherry, right now, they're in Kyoto, having fun at the Bit Summit Japanese Indie Game Festival. Pretty cool stuff. I wish I could go there. And I just wanted to clear up a little bit of confusion because someone put this on the subreddit, of course, and people were talking about it and someone translated it, but there seems to be a big discrepancy in their translation where the last line they say, "By the way, we urge the Silk Pigeon to update." But in the actual tweet that I see, I don't know if this is translated by Twitter or not, but I just see it in English. It doesn't say translated from Japanese or translated from original, so I'm not really sure what's going on. But here they say totally nudge them about Silksong, just kidding. So they don't mention anything about asking Team Cherry to update on Silksong, so I don't know where this person is getting their translation from, but I just wanted to mention that in case there is a bit of confusion in the community. Now take this news for what you will. And again, before some lunatic leaves a comment like, "Wow, this is really stalking Team Cherry," running into someone in public and then sharing that photo on a public Twitter isn't stalking. My god, clearly most of you never had a stalker in your life, and it shows. Fucking PTSD flashbacks. But the next bit of information comes from the legendary Daily Silksong News. He made a video yesterday that I completely missed, It had a butt in the thumbnail, as you can see, so obviously caught my curiosity. Aura basically talked about a trademark that got registered in Silksong name in Australia. So I clicked the link and it took me to this website. As you guys can see, the word Silksong got trademarked in Australia on July 8th, so 10 days ago, which is pretty huge. And a lot of people were talking about it, but I'm so surprised that people are just blatantly choosing to ignore the obvious, that this was filed all the way in December 2022. It's not a new thing that Team Cherry filed that just got approved. It was filed 2 years ago and got accepted on May 1st, and now it got registered on July 8th. So I don't know why this thing has got the community in a hype. A lot of people are speculating that, oh, maybe Team Cherry was waiting for Silksong to get trademarked in Australia before they could, release it. So this probably means that Silksong is coming like very, very soon. But I'm about to debunk that theory real quick. If you go to the Australian government's website and you search for Silksong, you get very interesting results. So there's a bunch of trademarks here, 4 of them to be exact. And they're all owned by Team Cherry. These are all legit trademarks owned by Team Cherry. And this is the one in question that people have been talking about, 2323264, 2323264. So if you open this one, it opens up the same page, right? The file that was done on the 20th December and it got registered on July 8th. But if you look right here, Hollow Knight Silksong actually first got registered all the way back in 2017. As you can see, this one was filed on 30th November 2017 and it got registered on July 2018. And this is valid till 2027. This was done by Team Cherry all the way back in 2017. This is 2 years before Hollow Knight Silksong was even announced. And they have the image, logo, and everything. This is like the whole shebang. But that's not all. There's just the term Silksong as well, which was registered all the way back in 2018 as well, filed in 2017, and this is also valid till 2027, done by Team Cherry. So Silksong was registered and in planning way before they announced it. And as you can see, these are Class 9 filings. What Class 9 filing is if you look here, is video game programs and software. So these were filed under goods and services, video games, registered in trademark. But the one that has been done very recently that got approved, that's not just Class 9. That has a bunch of classes attached to it. 3, 9, 14, 16, 18, 20, all the way up to 41. And I'll leave the link in the description so you can go and read what these classes are all about. But basically, they let you sell different kind of products and services related to that term. For example, Class 24 allows you to sell fabrics, so like merch and stuff like that. In fact, there was another Silksong trademark filing of Class 42 done in 2023. This was filed in 2023 January and accepted in September, and it's valid till 2033. Now, the reason I'm saying that these trademarks do not mean anything about release date is, first, they have been there filed all the way since 2017. So the only reason they have been filed again is to include more classes in it, because earlier they were only filed for Class 9 and legal things change all the time. But second and most importantly, if you search Hollow Knight in the directory of the Australian government, you get some very interesting results. As you can see, the very first time the words Hollow Knight were filed as a trademark were all the way in 2017, but that was after the game came out. Hollow Knight released on February 2017, and these, registrations were filed in November and then approved in 2018. And this goes for all of them. So this is the one with the image in it. This was also done after the game came out. But the most interesting one of them all is this one, 2323257, because if you click on it, this was filed exactly on the same date as this Silksong one is that people are talking about. They were both filed on December 20th and got approved just now. And the common thread between both of them is the insane amount of classes they include. Now, I don't know why Team Cherry needs all these classes to be registered for their IPs. I don't know what they're cooking, what's the purpose of this all. But all of these registries goes to show that these have nothing to do with release date or development, but probably more so legal regulations in Australia. Which is why I would suggest the community doesn't hold too harshly to these trademarks. And which is also why Daily Silksong News still said no in the title of if there's any Silksong news to report. Because while this is very interesting, it's not news. The only cool part about this is that Hollow Knight Silksong, like the term Hollow Knight Silksong, was coined all the way back in 2017. I didn't know that was a thing. I think the term Silksong was only made available to public in 2019, but let me know if I'm wrong on that, but I think I'm right. So yeah, that's all the interesting shenanigans going on in the Silksong community. I hope this video was informative as well as entertaining and you learned something new. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. It helps me grow and you support my channel a lot by doing that. Leave the video a like and I'll see you guys soon with a new one. Primacon signing out.